I'd like to take a few minutes to just walk you through what is in this unit outline. All right, in this unit outline, I'll take you through all the activities that I would like the students to do through this unit. It runs for 2 weeks, as you can see in the calendar. Each day has an indication of what I would like the student to be able to do. You can see the days for the first week are all filled up. The first week's all filled up. On the second day, I have second week I have 2 more days. And then I have these things called flex days here. This is for when your student needs a little bit more time to finish up some activities. You can have until April 30th to get as much done as possible. The new unit will arrive on April 30th. That is a Thursday. That will be the next day that the buses take out supplies. So on that Thursday, there will be a new unit to do. Your students should get as much of this unit done as possible by that April 30th. All right, I'm going to take you through the rest of the document. Here is the objective: to be able to construct and interpret double bar graphs and to draw conclusions. That comes from the curriculum. And there's the 2 I can statements. Your student should be able to create double bar graphs and answer questions based on interpreting double bar graphs. Here are the practice questions. They come from 2 textbooks, 2 textbook pages, and those pages are printed out if you have the print copy, and they're attached to this email. Here is a website that will give you a nice explanation of a double bar graph. Here is the link to the playlist with videos for this unit. I have videos for different parts of this unit. All right, so let's take a look. Day 1. You're going to have your student do a pre-assessment and then start looking for graphs. The pre-assessment is included with this package, and it looks like this. It's called the SCMA Double Bar Graph Pre, and just as 3 questions, 3 pages of questions for your student to do at the start to see what they know. All right. Then I have a 20-minute long video where I go through and I do the questions myself. Students can follow along and fill in what they don't know. Have students show me that this work is completed, and you can see the video link right there. That takes you straight to the video where I go through this. Then at that point in time, I want them starting to look for graphs, because at the end they're going to be doing an assignment where they explain some graphs for the class. So at this type, they can start looking for graphs. Day 2, double bar graph terminology. So I have a video again. It is included on a USB stick if you needed the print, and it's available here. Then there are textbook questions to do. The textbook questions look something like this. Interpreting double bar graphs. You have some explanations, and then you have some questions to answer. In addition to the questions, there is an answer key. And the answer key is right here. It's sent out with you so you can have your students check their answers. I always tell students, do a question, check to see if you get it right. If you do, move on. If you don't, get help. All right, they should again show me that they have completed this so they can post pictures online. I'm not going to correct everything, but sometimes I just want to see that they've finished. Day 3, making a double bar graph by hand. There's a video for them to watch on how to make a double bar graph. And then there's some practice here. The practice, they'll make a double bar graph, make sure it has all of these items, and then have them snap a picture of it and send it to me. Day 4, they're going to use Microsoft Excel to make a double bar graph. They can do this online or on their iPad. There's a video link to how to do it. and here's some data that they're going to graph, and then make sure that they show me that it is completed. Day 5, textbook questions. So this is the next set of textbook questions. There are 3 graphs to make. I say that one graph must be done by hand. The other 2 can be done in Microsoft Excel. And when they're done, those questions, please have them send it to me. And if we look, that is the second set right here. It looks like this, constructing double bar graphs. And right there's the data for the graphs that they will construct. All right, day number 6, graphing Canada. Now your student is going to do a little bit of research about Canada. And they're going to make a graph about Canada. It does not need to be a double bar graph. Your student will answer a question about Canada using a graph. The graph can be done by hand or in Microsoft Excel. Must have a minimum of 5 data points. There's some example questions of what they can answer, like what are the 10 biggest cities in Canada, and make a graph of them. And then have them show this and share this with Mr. Stein. I'll put these up on our class OneNote notebook so that all students can see them. Day 7, graph explanation. So at the start of the unit, I said that students should be starting to look for graphs. Well, on day number 7, they're going to do something with some graphs that they find. They're going to share 2 graphs with the class. They're going to find the graph and then explain it to us. One graph should be serious, one graph can be fun. They need to explain these points about the graph, and they have to post the graph as a picture with an audio recording of them explaining the graph. Day 8 and 9, I call them flex days. So this is just some extra time that you can give your student to make sure they get everything finished. And they could do the screen review at the end as a practice test. The screen review is very simple. It's at the end. It's just building a double bar graph, making a question. All right, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please email me or get a hold of me through Microsoft